You'll never find someone fighting something, or you rarely find someone fighting something which he has never seen fail. Rarely. Because we live in an environment where we're scared to be living under threat. We're scared to live in a road that is expected that it might destroy us. Start to face the challenges, you find people start to come with a lot of warnings to you. They'll bring warnings like, this might turn bad. Everybody gonna hate you. You will end up poor. You will be rejected by the whole society. They fear to walk a path in life that imaginary. They perceive it failing before everyone. Most of the time we chase things that we saw our father chasing, and we just want to improve a bit to impress them. If we live in a home that never had a car, can't wait to buy a bigger car, because we feel that when we enter those gates of the car, we have made a difference. Rarely find people fighting things Let me make an example. Why don't we change your light bulb in the house if it's still give us light? Because we haven't seen it fail. Therefore, because we haven't seen it fail, we believe we should have it. Why, when we watch a movie, we enjoy the character that carries the risk, even though at times we know that many characters usually good guys usually go through a lot of risk, but they don't die. They come at the end as heroes. But we carry that spirit. We watch that character knowing that he's not going to die. But we go through all the tension and fear and an expectation of danger that will never happen. But we enjoy going through that because we see a person taking a path that we don't want to see him fail. We don't want to see him fail because he's been portrayed by this picture as a good guy. We see him taking a road that we might never take in our lives. But there is a spirit in us that is exercising the worship of this heroism, because the person is doing something that we will be jealous to do. We will never try to face it in life. But there is a spirit in us that enjoys. So that's where many people fail. They really find things. We should never saw it fail. They don't change their clothes until they hear a mark of them, or they see a stain in them, or they look a little bit dull and old, or they wait for things. They wait for friends to be unfriendly to them before they replace them. The problem about that path in life, you lived all your life and you find that you're scared. And this just door in your life that is always closed. And that door is written a big letter, big letters on top, exit. And you do everything else. You open the doors that are welcoming doors, written entrance and all those things. And you're scared to get out of that door because you don't want to see yourself fail. And you don't want to go to the unknown. And you find in people's lives these doors that are really open, these exit doors, they're all doors of fear. People fear things that will never happen. They love to idolize great people like movie stars, presidents, those people that live a risky life. Because they can take their heroism and into the fantasy land and satisfy the edge that is telling them that they should be in the front line. Rarely find people fighting things in their lives which they never saw fail. They never fight those things. I remember when I grew up, there was a gentleman who was our neighbor, and he was addicted to Dhaka, and every time when he smoked this Dhaka, he would imagine himself a great person. He would just wear suits and start to speak great things. Like you would say, yesterday I was talking on the phone with the president. He say things like that. But there was one thing he used to do that caught me. He used to just take a fridge or a stove while it's working, and he'll just open it up and remove screws, and we always wondered why. He'll open in his house. You find that he has opened everything, that is every appliance, and he will just close it again, and maybe take 3 days to close it again. Maybe struggle and get help from somebody who's an expert when he's failing to close it again. And we ask him, why do you do this? He says, when I'm sober or not high, I look at things that come into my house already made for me. And I always have a question. What will be, how do they look beyond the scenes while they're still functioning? He used to say the reason I look at that is because I want to understand and not fear the day when they break. He says when the microwave breaks, I've seen it. I've seen all the wires and everything that are in there. I know them by name. I don't fear to open it again. I got a lesson from that. That this person waited until he smoked something that would drug him before he came to a revelation that in life we can stay in one house, in a room that looks so beautiful, and find that maybe there's a snake under your bed or whatever because you've never moved your things around, and you might think you're safe just because you don't see what's spending every day with you there. If you don't face your fears and keep that door locked, it can happen that is a dangerous door, of course, but you'll never know until you open it. And you'll never know how it feels to get out of it and lose or win, or come back with a lesson, or never come back at all. We live our lives daily behind some shadows, some reflections of other people's failures and other people's bullying, other people's mediocre advices. We live our lives in those places where we are understood, where we can explain ourselves and everybody nods their heads. But when we are alone in the middle of the night, we find that we've got just that door that we fear to open. Because what is everybody's going to say? You know what made me in life too? Seek for trouble, seek for things that are. It's because I hate those doors. I hate to live a life where you've got something that you fear. Every time when my car or any of my older cars show signs of something might not be right, I just rough it up and just drive it, race it and rough it up, speed it up, run over speed bumps and rough it up. Because why? If there's anything that's going to break it, might break now. Whatever you carry, tangible, emotional thing that you want to be untouchable, unbreakable, some fragility that you uphold, trying to keep your friends closer, you'll find one day that 70% of people that you keep around you long time ago wanted to leave you. They're just holding on by this small cord of some sort, this thin cord called friendship, and they only pretend to be around you because you fail to see them go. You fear to see them go, and you always try in your last efforts every time to uphold this relationship. One thing you must never do: don't appreciate people that will appreciate if they can go away from you. You find a way to get them very fast or quick. If you know that there's something that can offend them, then you say that. If there's something that will anger them, then you say it. And see what's going to happen if they're angry. Why would you spend your life protecting something that will eventually fail one day? Why would you spend your life upholding a relationship that is threatening you with fear of breaking one day? One thing I've learned in life: things that threaten, relationships that are based on fear and all the negative forces, they eventually end. And to me, the sooner they end, the better. Because being in an environment that is toxic like that, you end up losing a pound of flesh daily, and when it finally dissolves, it leaves you with an empty hole in your soul that will stay there as a memory of those scars that should not have been there. You know, there's a saying in this European world, says plan is mightier than a sword. Brings to show that when you When you think you're going to wait for weaponry, equipment before you challenge situations, and it brings to show you don't have a plan. And no matter you can have that sword, you can have that money, but as long as you have never tested yourself, that can you survive? It's because they've never been broken down. They've never been stripped of all. People are great losers in my perspective of life are those who have never lost, who have lived their lives and this protective fantasy of creating this expectable view in people's eyes that everything is fine. And they live that life, imprison themselves with many things just to create that, and suffer depression every day. People that have tasted that there is life after things are repossessed, there is life after you've left a reputable apartment to where nobody even want to visit you if you stay. There is life. If you've driven a car that people think it's fine and suddenly the bank takes, there is life. And all those things that are negative, divorces and bankruptcy and these evil things that we don't invite in our lives, when they happen, either they bury us or they make us fearless forever. These evil things come to kill us. But if we survive that, we don't fear the second death. And that's what is called faith. Bible says in Psalms 91, 1,000 will die by your right hand side, and will remain standing. And it says 10,000 on your left, and they won't come near you. Now you ask yourself, what kind of an environment is that where you are standing and people are dying? What kind of a road is that where you are having 10,000 people die? I've had people quote those scriptures who don't even have one hitman looking for them, who don't even have one dirty purpose, you don't even have one, they just scared to be evil spoken of. Not having one stone thrown to them. They're quoting a verse of 10,000 dying. How can you be in the midst where 10,000 people are dying and you're in a picnic? You're holding an assurance that won't come near. You're in a picnic anyway, in a movie center, it's not even there in the first place. But that verse is referring to people who are in the battle. And that is the door we don't want to open. They go on Psalm 23, say, even though I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, at the same time they fear to open the back door of their lives and give it up all. They never tasted the valley. They never thought of suicide. There's one guy who said something on this YouTube motivational things, and he said, if you have never thought of killing yourself because you have messed up your life to a level where you cannot face one person in life, in public, never criticize someone who has killed himself. Think of that. Think of that. He says, if you've never faced that situation, that you were confronted by the devil telling you, take your life, nothing is left anyway. If you've never been there, then say nothing about someone who has been there and made a wrong decision. I just woke up this morning with this thought. I just saw a dream where I was telling an Indian man that the reason we black people fail is because all what we do is what some colonialist, white supremacy, whatever mentality, whatever we call them, whatever they are, has told us to do. And they has told us if we don't do, this is what we will suffer. We are called the third world. We don't know why. We don't want to break away from anything because we're scared. We might be sanctioned or whatever. And we live this slavery life of being the worst, horrible, poverty-stricken nation in this country because we're scared to disturb what the constitution of this country or whatever has made a comfort zone for their own economy. We're scared. We think we'll be like Zimbabwe. We think we'll be like, we point people around that we think we'll be like. We're scared to fight, to change things, because we don't want to see it fail. So we'd rather just live by a curse and be slaves for building the wealth for even the 13th generation of these minorities, serving them now so that they collect a wealth for the 13th generation from now, because they've already collected for these other generations. We're scared. Why churches don't preach the truth? They're scared what the devil might do to them, what the people, the media. Get out of there. This evangelist Boost Kakane just making you think this morning. See it fail. Open it up. Challenge it. Provoke it. Let it break if it breaks. Thank you.